Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. We are going to work on our little boxes that we made. We're going to get some pages decorated in these. I think I have a piece of paper slipped in here. That's not okay. So what you're going to need for today is really just anything that you want to decorate your boxes with. So I have some of the little cutouts here from Robin's kit, the Knowing God kit, I believe. And then I have my little container of smaller scraps. And I have my verses that we are going to cut out and use. Remember, I believe these are printed out at 80% so that they will fit on your pages. And then just any type of stickers. I really like these little Park Lane stickers. Stamps are really good to use. Any kind of little thing that you have. So like if you have some planner stuff, maybe for a little tiny planner, you could use any of that. I think I'll wind up using this little flower, probably this one, so it's very cute. And things like that. So lots of little scraps, book pages, crinkly coffee dye, tracing paper, music note paper, really just anything that you have. I have some collage that I made. Yeah, so anything like that. You could also use washi tape. I will probably also use a lot of distress ink. I like to distress the edges of pages. It just makes the things that you cut out just look a little bit better. Those ripped edges, it kind of gives them a defining line, so those are really cool. So I wanted to go over the pages that we're going to do. One of the things that we're going to do, let me grab that. One of the things that I am going to do is show you a bunch of different ways to put your verses in. So there's a bunch of ways that you can utilize these, and I broke mine up and put half of them into one signature and then half of them into the other signature. That way I had some in both. And they're a great way to kind of cover up a page that maybe you couldn't write on, but you still liked the page. So like you could put it on this side, and then you still have that brown on this other side. If you like, here's a plain white page. I always like to cover up anything that's kind of a plain white page. So any of the pages that I printed off some of Robin's paper on one side, the other side is usually white. Sometimes they have something else on them, but so that's a white page, so I'll probably put one on there. So yeah, let me show you the pages that I've got marked off, and then we will get started. I'm going to try to keep it under 20 minutes, so let's see how quickly we can get through this. I just want to give you some ideas that you can kind of run with. So this right here is a belly band, and I just took one of her little cutouts and put it right there, inked around it, and then just put this little tag in here. Okay, so we're going to make that page. This is a great way to do a page where you just put in like a little corner tuck, then add like a tiny little piece of paper, and you are good to go. Another great pocket type thing is to just rip a piece of paper and ink the edge, and then you have a little pocket to tuck a little piece of paper in there. Let's see. I must have meant to show you the other side. So this is just a collage that I made and then put a stamp over the top of it. So just some Bible dictionary paper, some coffee dyed lined paper. This is some scrapbooking paper. I'm not sure what that is. Some more paper. So this is a great way to put something on a page. You could, if you don't want to leave it like this, you could X the stamp. Maybe put another piece right here, and then put a piece of paper in the middle of it for journaling if you like. Pockets are great. So there's lots of ways that you can make pockets. So this one's just a bottom pocket here. You can see that I can tuck something up underneath there. Not my finger, not that either. So you can tuck anything inside there, and they're just really nice. So you can make it here, you can make it in both corners up here, you can make it on this side, you can make it on this side. They're just super helpful. Here's one of the ways that I used one of these cards. I just glued here, here, and here, and then tucked in a little piece of paper to write on, and added a little tab to it out of her elements, and you can just slide it right back in there like that. And put my paper put my paper clip back on there so we can bind that. And let's see here. Another great way to add something to a page is to just take some paper, rip it, ink the edges, and put it down. On these book pages, we all love to have these book pages in our journal, but they tend to look a little plain. So just adding a piece of paper onto it where your edges are inked gives you some journaling space. You can also add a sticker here like I did on this side. You could make this a tuck or a pocket or not, whichever one you choose. So those are always really, really good. This is another example of that, where I had some scrapbooking paper that I really, really liked, but then there's nothing to do with it. So I've got to put something on here. This is a great way to do that. This is tracing paper. You can still kind of see through the tracing paper, which makes that really cool. And then this one, I just did a simple bow kind of to match that ink that I went around the edge with. I love this bow. It's one of my favorite bows. Okay, let's see. Here's another one of these, and I just let's see. I just glued one edge. That's all I glued. So you could open this up and use this for journaling space if you wanted to. And here I just made a cute little cluster down at the bottom with some tissue paper, music note paper, and Bible dictionary page, and then I just glued down a word on top of it. And then the last page, these are some of my favorite pockets to make. This one, I only made one pocket. So just this right here is the pocket. But when I make these, normally I make this a pocket and this a pocket. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do on today. We will make one of our pages like this, and we'll make it a pocket to where each one of these are a pocket. I really like doing these. It's a great way to use up scraps because, well, you know, the pieces are little and you just kind of layer them on top of each other and you don't need much. Then you could add some sort of a sticker or something here, and it gives you 3 spaces to put little pieces of paper in so that you can decorate your journal or a little ephemera in, you know, anything really. Okay, so those are the pages we're going to try to get to today. First, I'm going to get my verses cut out, and then we will get started. Okay, so we've got all of our verses cut out, and we are ready to go. So for this first one, I'm just going to glue it straight down. Where's my glue? Oh, here she is. Okay, so that's one of the easiest ways to do this. Just simply glue it down. I need enough. Try not to get it in the way. Okay, so we're just going to take just a little bit of glue. I'm using the Art Glitter Glue. I love this stuff. It is so awesome. You only need a very little bit, and it glues down very nicely and pretty quickly too, so you don't have to sit there and hold it forever. Oh, sorry, my dogs. My dogs are flipping out. Just on my puppies. Okay. And that's it. We have a page decorated. So that was pretty easy. Okay. Next, let's on this page, let's try a two little tuck system here. So I used washi to mark my pages. They can also help hold them down a little bit if they'll stay. Okay, so for this one, I have my little collage that I made. So I'm just going to take a little piece of it and I'm going to stick it in this corner and in this upper corner, and then I'm going to just tuck my little thing in right there. I'm going to trim a little off of these. Well, I hand cut some of them, so you know how that goes. There's never a straight line when you do the hand cutting. But I think I need a new blade. My blade is acting a little funny. It's making some weird edges on my thing. Okay, so then, and then I can just tuck it right up underneath those. So. He will go right in there. Take my tape off. Maybe I'll just let that glue dry before I try to stick it back in there. Okay, so you can make one corner or you can make two corners. Either way is totally fine, and then you've got that page decorated as well. Let's look at this one, and let's do this one. We'll make as a pocket, but we'll make it a pocket from the top. So let's use this pretty blue one. Okay, so for that, I mean, you know, this is pretty easy. You're gonna line it up and you're going to just glue down this side, across the bottom, and then back up the top. Oh my gee. Okay, so I'm gonna get it as close to the bottom as I can, because I want to be able to put something up at the top that has a tab on it so that I can have it and pull it in and out. Okay, next one, let's see. So this one here, and let's go with, let's take this one. And let's put a little strip down the side just to add a little bit of contrast. Okay, so the colors, the distressing colors that I am working with for this project are the Distress Oxide Salty Ocean. Now this is a very, very, very bright blue. So you do have to be careful that you don't overdo it. And the other one that I really, really like is this Frayed Burlap Distress Oxide, because it kind of ages everything. So it kind of just makes everything look a little bit older. So I've got some pink paper here. This is just some regular printer paper that I dyed with beets, I believe. And so I want it to be about halfway on the page. So I'm going to rip this. Okay, let's measure this side here. We do very technical measuring around here. Okay, and then, because here's the thing, I can always trim up the back of it if I want it to be a little bit shorter. And then let's go. The direction that you rip matters. You will get a white edge at certain times when you, I got glue all over my finger. When you rip a certain direction, so you have to be mindful of that whenever you're ripping. Okay, so I'm just going to glue this whole piece down because I just want it to be a little bit of contrast, but I'm going to ink this edge first. I just love the way that winds up looking. Now you won't see all of this. I don't think you'll see that side at all. But you will see some of it. Okay, glue. Oh, my glue is still acting wonky. Look at that. There's glue everywhere. So let's see if I can use the finger tool here. If you watch the Paper Outpost, she's always saying that. Use the old finger tool. Okay, let's glue you down, you goofy little thing. Try to get as close to the edge as I can. There is no perfection here. All right, and then, see, that gives us a nice little contrast. Let's see, which one do I want here? I want that one. I really like this one. Okay, but I'm gonna trim this one down just a little bit more. So I'm gonna go with those black lines, but I'm gonna go a little to the right of it. Oop, there goes me not cutting in a straight line again. You could probably go down to 70 or 75%, and then you wouldn't have to do any cutting probably. So that's something to keep in mind, kind of trial and error that. There we go, that is nice. Okay, and then I'm just gonna glue the whole thing, which is great since my glue is acting all wonky and pouring out everywhere. I can just dump it on there. Whoops. There we go. All right, another page down. All right, and let's see. Got two more. And so for, let me see if both of them, I'm sorry, I've got glue all over my fingers. It's driving me crazy. All right, so for this one, let's do a flap to where we can lift it up and write on it if we want to. And then that gives us some flip space where we can have some extra writing space. Okay, so there goes that one. And for the last one, we are going to make a side pocket. Okay, so then you can just repeat this same thing for the other signature with your other 6 cards. Maybe vary up the color of your page, vary up whatever color you distress with. Whoops. The edge was not straight. Either, you know, any of those things will work. So what we're going to do is just kind of lay this down. Oh, that worked out perfect. Look how those colors go together. Okay, so we're going to glue across the top, down the side, and across the bottom. And I'm going to have to do like some sort of craziness here. We're just going to go like this with my glue bottle today because it's being so crazy. Okay. Enough about my crazy glue bottle. And then go down the back side of it and across the bottom. I'm going to be covered in glue by the time this day is over. Okay. So there goes those pages, and it also showed you how to do a little corner tuck. So you can add those little corner tucks anywhere in your book that you would like to. Okay, so let's get situated to do a couple more pages in our books, and then we will get rolling. All right.